Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Music. As it still plays. They tell me to go and the music's still playing in the background, so what can I do? My name is Mike Kavka, otherwise known as Shecky. Welcome to Embedding Security. I've been in the industry, well, you know what? Being in the industry is a hard thing to actually say. Because you could go ahead and have a name such as, or a title such as security architect, security engineer, security whatever, SOC analyst. And it doesn't mean crap because you could have been doing network engineering and the next thing you know you realize, oh crap, I was going ahead and dealing with firewalls and this and that. So I've been in the IT industry as a profession for the last 20 plus years. So I've been around a little bit. I've dealt with many different things over the years. And truth be told, I don't deal a lot, or I don't post a lot as far as actual hardcore tech goes. So if you're looking for something that says, well, A plus B equals C minus D equals E, you're not going to get it from this talk flat out. What this talk is going to be about is that more overview thing, because we as security professionals miss out on a lot. You can go ahead and find me on the web at siliconshecky.com. That's my blog site. You can find me on Twitter at siliconshecky. I'm happy to go ahead and talk with people. I'm happy to go ahead and chit-chat with people. I'm happy to go ahead and say, yeah, I suck to people. But I am not an expert. I'm just another security expert with some thoughts. As I got Wild Thing playing in my ear. She likes to do the wild thing. We have a disconnect in the world. And that disconnect is between us and the rest of a corporation. How many of you people here actually work for a corporation internally doing security? How many? Okay, let's see a few. A lot more than I thought. How many of you people work for, say, a team that would be doing red team or pen testing? How many of you people here work for Tenable? Thank you, Steve. Truth be told is that we run into one of two things in this world. We either have a disconnect by not understanding the company that we are working for and their goals, or we run into a disconnect by not understanding the other departments that we are dealing with. And what I mean by that flat out is that how many of you people deal with, and I'm not going to say DevOps, because DevOps is outside of what I'm talking about at this point in time. How many of you people deal with, say, HR, networking, legal, etc.? Let's see some hands out there. Okay. All right. How many of you people enjoy working with those groups? Yeah. How many of you people think those groups enjoy working with you? No. And that's the problem that we run into. I really wish we could go ahead and get Wild Thing turned off my damn speaker back here. The truth be told is that we have that disconnect. We are what we are, and we enjoy what we're doing. We don't understand the goals of the company necessarily. Can we get Wild Thing turned off of here? Thank you. Let's give it up for him. Come on, give him a little bit more applause. He doesn't get much recognition. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, I do theater, I do acting, so hearing something like that doesn't bother me completely, but it throws me off just a little bit. Anyways, those people out there, you understand that a company is built up, especially when you start getting into mid-size and large-size, big-time companies, you're built up with different divisions, different departments, different things out there. You're not going to know what each individual department does. You're not going to know what necessarily they do to reach the company's goals. Heck, us in the information security industry, and I've seen it on Twitter, and I've seen it on Facebook, and I've seen it on all these other forums, focus on ourselves. How many times are we arguing with ourselves on Twitter? How many times do those arguments actually translate into what's actually happening inside of the company that you're working for? They don't. The majority of them don't. So what happens? They keep looking at us saying, well, security, yeah, they ain't going to prove shit. They're the no guys. You want to hear the word no, you go over to security. You know what I mean. It's no for security. They don't think that we know what the heck we're doing. And that's where we're trying to go ahead and break the difference. Because to be honest, to be secure, first off, security itself is not an endpoint, it's a journey. Secondly, to be truthful on it all, we have to understand what the heck else is going on out there. You can get caught up in your mindset. You can go ahead and look at Krebs' blog. You can go ahead and look at Grant Cooley. You can look at Sands. You can look at whatever you want to. You can look at Hack for Pancake's blog and say, oh yeah, that's the right way of doing things. But if you don't understand how that fits into your company goals and understanding what the other departments actually do, you're going to go nowhere. All you're going to get is this blockade sitting in front of you saying, sorry, we like what you're saying, but truth is that we're going to do what we want to do, and we'll get somebody higher up to tell you to screw your security ideas. Why does that happen? Well, to be quite honest, it happens for a number of reasons. We have to take a hard look at what we do. We all look at each other this way.
Here's the pulse, all right? And this is...
Oh, sure. Now it's not working. How many of you have seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Would you like a chocolate?
How many of you know what's being said in this scene? All right. Brody right there flat out is saying, here's the pulse. Here's your finger, far away from the pulse, shoved up your ass. Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? And we don't look at other departments like that only. They look at us like that. You don't know what the hell we're doing. You don't know what the heck's going on. We are, I hate to quote the movie Hackers, but we are the samurai. But we really should know what's going on. You hear all the statements of know what's on your network. Do you need to know what's on your network to go ahead and secure it? Yeah? Do you need to know all the endpoints, the setup that you have, what stuff you've got coming in, what they're planning on bringing in to properly secure your network? If you do, raise your hand. If you're not raising your hand, you're not doing security properly. Because flat out, you need to know that information. Do you think flat out that somebody is going to go ahead, a VP, a director, a manager from a department outside of yours, come up to you and say, what's your name, sir? David. Nice to meet you, David. David, I want to go ahead and I want to put this, and this on my network because it's going to help us out with our sales. And I don't care what security crap it deals with, you got to make it work on your end. How many of you people have had to deal with that? How many of you people had to deal with not even getting an advanced notice on it? That's the problem that we realize. That's the problem that we face. Security is a process. We have gone ahead and gone so far into our own selves that it's not even funny. We are seen as the veto people. No, you can't do that. Vetoed, delete, done, end of story. Instead of going ahead and saying, well, how the hell do we go ahead and make this work? Not until somebody higher up than us goes in and says, hey, David, you got a week and a half to go ahead and make this work. It's going to happen. I don't care what you say. I don't care how much time you have to do, but you're going to make this work. Yeah, well, our ego goes ahead and says, no, it's not going to work. We're not going to do this. We're not going to have this happen. Now, here's the next question for you all. How many of you think, or not even think, how many of you talk to people from other departments in your work? How many of you have a good relationship with them? How many of you get heads up on what's coming down the pipeline from them? Each time I'm seeing less and less hands. How many of you are willing to go ahead and ask them what's going on? Our field tends to be a lot of either people that don't want to deal with other people, because that's the way that we brought up. I mean, look at it. We sat down as kids. We hacked at stuff. We broke through stuff. We were interested in this stuff. We went ahead and focused on this stuff. But we didn't build up that social thing. Well, all of a sudden we're realizing that, well, maybe that social thing might be a little bit helpful. We are the people that go ahead and protect them. We protect the rest of the company. It doesn't matter if it's a CEO or Joe Schmo on the help desk for clients, not even an IT help desk. But that little person sitting down there saying, well, what's the last 4 of your social number so I can look this up? We're the ones that are supposed to protect them. And we get high and mighty, and I mean high and mighty on it all. Why? Because we don't understand what the company's actually doing. All we know is that, hey, if we have a cross-site scripting problem on this on our website, we got to go ahead and block it out. If the devs do this, we're screwed. If we go ahead and say, yeah, we're doing this, and something happens, we're screwed. We're not working with the other people. Yes. Oh, I got 5 minutes? That's fine.
Go real fast.
What we need to do is we need to open communication. What we need to do is take people and turn them around. Take them and put them into a falling microphone. Take them and put them into other departments. We need people to go ahead and go into the legal department, into the HR department. And I'm avoiding DevOps because that's all covered in the book, The Phoenix Project, and it's a fantastic book. Read it. But if you take that same sort of idea, that same sort of embed yourself, you are the special ops of the company. How do special ops advance? How do they succeed? By knowing what they're dealing with. And we don't, because we choose not to. And we need to. We need to go ahead and get that communication going on. We need to embed ourselves. I already went through that. We need to go to them. We need to talk to them. We need to know what their projects are going on. We need to be involved with their projects. If you know that the server people are going ahead and going to be installing a new server that's supposed to do X, Y, and Z. If you're talking with them about it during the project, all of a sudden you're embedding your security into the earlier phases of the project. Well, this won't work because we need to do this, 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 and this. We need to go ahead and figure out this. Instead of them coming and say, yeah, we tossed on PeopleSoft onto our system, now you have to secure it. That doesn't work. It doesn't. We need to be part of the process overall. We need to be the ones saying, okay, so you're at this point, we need to do this. So you're legal. So you need to go ahead and access X, Y, and Z at any given point in time for e-discovery. So let's take a look at what options we have for this that will keep us secure. You need to listen to what they're saying. We need to drop that damn ego, and we need to embed ourselves into it. So that way, we become the yes people instead of the no people. Because the more that we get them on board with us, the more that they understand us, the more that we understand them. It's not even them understanding us. It's us throwing our clicker out there. The more that they understand us overall is great. But the more we understand what they are doing and what their goals are in the end, then we can go ahead and have advance notice as to what we need to do. And isn't that what security is? Quite honestly, isn't that what we do? Is try to go ahead and take the unknown, make it known, and make it not so terrible. To turn around and say, we are the ones that are going to go ahead and do this. And not only are we going to do this, we're going to do this right, but we're going to work with the people that have to go ahead and say, yeah, that's it. We got it. This is how we're doing it. This is the software that we're using. This is the internal code that we've developed. This is what we have to do for GDPR. This is what we have to do to go ahead and secure HR. We in HR need to be able to access X, Y, and Z. Now, if you go into their meetings on a regular basis, aren't you going to go ahead and say, well, wait a second, isn't that a potential hole? Isn't that something we should talk about a little bit? Figure out how we can go ahead and get around it? That is truly embedding security. Not doing what we do nowadays, but going beyond that. Opening up our ears. Listening beyond our egos. And understanding what the final goals are. The sales department doesn't give a crap about DLP. They don't care what the hell they're putting out there. All they want to do is make a sale. An HR department doesn't give a crap about what sales is doing. All they want to do is make sure that people get put on, put off, and everything is okay on the HR side. We are the glue. And that's what we have to do from here. The question is are you willing to go ahead and put your ego aside and sit down once a week, once a month even, with these groups? Are you willing to set yourself up to talk with them and understand what they're trying to do and then figure out security from there? Figuring it out in the sandbox doesn't work. That's been proven. Thank you.